Hello, guys, and welcome back to College Chronicles, your show for fresh perspectives and meaningful conversation. Today, with us, we have someone who is a distinguished marketing and entrepreneurship faculty member known for his dynamic teaching approach, engaging classroom innovations, and impactful contribution to case studies and brand management research. He plays a key role in elevating the academic experience and fostering collaboration across the campus. With a PhD in destination branding, an MBA, a BTech, and executive certification from leading global institutions, he is deeply passionate about shaping future leaders and encouraging experiential learning. Please join us in welcoming Himanshu sir to the podcast. So, welcome to the show, sir. So, sir, your first question would be, could you walk us through your journey from engineering to marketing to your role now as a marketing professor?
Thank you, Kushi, for inviting me to this podcast show of yours. And it's pretty interesting to see how the young kids are now moving towards this field. And that's very interesting because all thanks to the technology has evolved and other things. So I did my engineering, so it was mostly the era which I'm coming from. I call myself as Zennials. We are someone who are in between millennials and Generation X, and we were the one who were like carrying the aspiration of our parents, and they used to, at that point of time, they used to believe अगर कुछ अच्छा करना है तो मतलब इंजीनियरिंग या मेडिकल करना ही करना है. So that was the only option which was left for me, that I have to do engineering to make sure that I am considered among the successful students across India. I did my engineering from NIT Bhopal, and during the time of engineering itself, I was pretty sure that technical is not my call and other things. I'm pretty much more into team building, teams, marketing, something like that. Uh, so I was pretty aggressive sort of guy in the college itself, and I used to organize various types of events and other things. And people used to call me कि ये कुछ भी बेच सकता है. Okay, I can convince anyone. And that was when I started thinking of कि यार let's go ahead and do something. उसके बाद क्योंकि वही पेरेंट्स का एक फिक्स वो था कि क्या करना है, इंजीनियरिंग करना है, उसका आईएएस करना है, बहुत बेहतरीन कार्य है. सो आई वेंट अहेड एंड in between, when I joined corporate itself, I worked with Export Credit Guarantee Corporation, and I was preparing for civil services itself. But end of the day, it was every time my call that I need to go back to again to MBA and do my B school education. After working for almost 6 years, I went to FMS Delhi for my MBA, and again, so FMS was the place where it is called as the Mecca of marketing, and that was perfect for me. From there, I went to Unisys Global because uh, उस टाइम पे आईटी का ये 15-20 साल आईटी was someone ticket for very fast earning of money and very fast exposure to the whole world and other things. I joined Unisys, was working with uh, their office in Bangalore, and then New Zealand and other places were the one which comes under my domain and others. In between, I started my own startup, which was started with Mercadio Education. It was during my MBA school days itself. It was the first ever certification program in the field of sales and marketing. I started from there because I identified that there is a gap for these students over there. They don't, for finance they were having CFA, HR people कुछ हो जाता था, but marketing was one big guy because almost 50% of the batch used to be of marketing, but none of them were having an कि CV पे क्या लिखेंगे, तुम्हारा Udemy वगैरह तब तक नहीं आए थे, Coursera and other things were not there. So we started, me and my friends from corporate and others, we started the Mercadio Education, and CSFA was the Chartered Salesforce Analysis was the first certification program which was run across India, and all the top 10 IIMs at that point of time, BB IIMs शुरू ही हो रहे थे, and XLRI, SPGen, you name, all the big colleges were there. But somehow I was not able to expand it like that. It was a profitable business, but it was not something that I can leave my job and then I can still earn the same amount of money. That was a time when we identified another scope which was coming up, all thanks to Baiju and other things, and we identified that thing called edtech platform is coming up. We already had built a edtech platform at that point of time, all thanks to Mercadio Education. We started with another startup called Kobibo, which was providing edtech platform to all the coaching institutes and other places. So I was the first one. So Kobibo was the company which we started. We were the first one to start e-learning programs with state government Uttarakhand, and ran various programs in the hills of Uttarakhand. That was the time. In between, because during the whole Mercadio thing and other Covigo time, I was pretty much engaged with going to colleges, going to interacting with students, and I was like, this was the one thing which was giving me the most satisfaction. Then in between, I because I wish to enhance my education and other things, I enrolled for my PhD, and I did my PhD in the field of branding. And from there my line in the field of education started, and that was the line which actually मैं आज भी बोलता हूँ. Some of my friends ask me कि हिमांशु कैसा लग रहा है. मैं मेरा simple statement होता है कि मोक्ष प्राप्ति जिसे बोलते हैं शायद यही होती होगी. And I thoroughly enjoyed my life over here. कोविड आया. कोविड के टाइम पे हमें लगा था कि अब दिस इज द टाइम, अब तो आईपीओ का टाइम आ जाएगा, कोई वो आईपीओ लाएगा और ये सब होगा वो सब होगा, बिकॉज दैट वाज द टाइम. सिर्फ ये, बट दैट्स वेयर वी कॉल कि बिजनेस साइकिल्स कितनी तेजी से ऊपर जाती, कितनी तेजी से नीचे जाती, नो वन नोज. वी वर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द फास्ट चेंजिंग साइकिल. जूम आया और जूम ने सब कुछ जूम कर दिया, बिकॉज जूम ने जो प्लेटफॉर्म हम लोग प्रीमियम कॉस्ट पे दे रहे थे लोगों को, जूम ने फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट देना शुरू कर दिया था. They were bigger companies, we were not ready to actually pivot भी नहीं कर सकते थे, कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते थे. And then I completely entered into the education world, and this is how my journey from engineering days to a person who's teaching marketing is complete.
So you like have authored several management cases. So what motivated you to start writing cases, and what does the process look like?
Look, Kushi, I always tell students that if you wish to make a very successful career in any field, there's one very important skill which every student need to have in the near future with AI coming in, is storytelling.
Yes.
Okay, if you are a good storyteller, believe me, you are going to do very well in your life. And I was blessed with that thing, that I have been always being a वो salesman की instinct की वजह से मैं हमेशा से ही storyteller रहा था. And then coming to marketing class, I always like to bring in my experience and other things. And I have been mentoring various startups across Uttarakhand. I have been doing mentoring for them. So मेरे पास stories हमेशा से रहती थी. And then there was one meeting with at that point of time, I am Raipur के director थे. He in a program he came to me and he said, Himanshu, I see a very budding person who can write cases. मैंने तब तक शुरू नहीं करा था. मैंने क्यों, the way you weave stories and tell things, it shows that you have, because you have the exposure and other things, why don't you start? All thankfully at that point of time, Lakshmi ma'am, my mentor from UPS itself, she enters into my life, and she was the one who guided me to this whole thing. And the biggest motivation was to bring my own stories to the classroom, so that I can connect every story to the students. And students को भी जब तक कहानियाँ नहीं पता लगती तब तक बैठते नहीं. And that actually inspired me to go ahead and writing cases, and that it actually motivates me that people around the world are going to listen what I'm going to say, read what I'm going to write, and then apply whatever I'm going to. So it's the best way for me to actually create some impact in the education world.
So like, what do you believe in today's world as the most misunderstood concept in marketing among students today?
Most misunderstood. Okay, so one concept which I always feel, that sales is one concept जिसको I guess most hated concept. I don't know, it could be a possibility, because our Indian families never give respect, even our faculties across world, because most of them are academicians and they don't understand the value of a salesman. You bring any company, no company in this world can survive without a salesman. So no company can survive without sales. People who are coming to marketing, they are happy to do marketing, but that marketing should be in the AC room like this. If they need to sit over here, they are very happy. But sales is the one which drives everything. And if student need to work and excel in any field in corporate world, they need to understand the field of sales in a very detailed manner. Even the B schools need to understand this importance of sales. Most of the jobs are in sales field, most of the jobs, and 95% of our students are not ready for sales. I would say 99% of the students are not ready for sales. This is one field which everyone should start taking seriously. If they will start taking seriously, believe me, the world is full of opportunity for them. And sales is one thing which actually open up space for everything. You want to make some changes in your supply chain, salesman will let you know. You wish to make changes for your HR policies, salesman is the one which will let you know. Product में changes लाने, salesman is the one who will let you know कि this is the changes which need to be brought in. Pricing में changes लाने, salesman बताएगा तुम्हें कि this is what is happening on the ground. So sales is one field which is most underrated, underestimated, and उसको सिर्फ ये देखा गया है कि यार क्रेडिट कार्ड बेचना ये सब सेल्स है. सेल्स इज अ completely different field and which students need to take it seriously if they wish to make a good career in field of MBA.
So, sir, how can students stay relevant in a world where marketing tools change so frequently?
Okay, so look, now as we are entering into the AI world, we have entered into the AI world since last 2-3 years, and it's moving as we are talking. It's moving pretty fast, and now is the time is not till this time period. The life was all about degree. If you are having a degree, you will make good thing in your life. But now is the time when you have to have degree and skills. So if you are having a degree without skill, your degree is not going to give anything. It's going to be a liability for you. And but if you are having a degree with skills, believe me, you are going to go places. Skills, everything in field of your AI, whatever. So even not only in the marketing, but you can talk about supply chain, you can talk about finance, you can talk about even in HR and everything. AI is everywhere, and we need to understand so many tools are coming up. And for marketing guys, they need to understand, they need to work on AI tools. Salesforce आपका बहुत से AI tools लेके आता है. They need to work on these things. Uh, Not only for marketing guys, but you need to understand that AI is should be used as your helping hand.
Yeah.
You need to make it as your slave, not becoming a slave of AI. If you can do that, world is full of opportunities for you.
Your perspective, what are the biggest shifts happening in brand management today?
Okay, the biggest shift which is happening in brand management today is everyone. Earlier it used to be happening on a very large scale in the sense very long time period. So whenever we are doing your campaigning part, so campaign is one very important aspect of branding to create a perception in the mind of the customer. It used to be a time period of 6 months to 8 months, and the whole campaign used to run for this time. But this generation is real generation. This real generation can't hold for one reel for more than 5 to 8 seconds. You can't go on for a campaign which will run for 5 to 8 months. You need to be absolutely uh, to the point, short, crisp. These things are the right now the demand. Branding is mostly happening on the digital world. It has mostly shift from ATL to BTL world, below the line world. And every company need to understand this. If they need to understand the psyche, and Gen Z is the next generation which is coming up pretty fast. They will be the one who's going to drive this whole world economy in the near future. They need so branding need to understand them. Branding need to understand this world is evolving, this world is changing, and the whole old books, the concept will remain the same, but it will be reformed, reframed, so that more quicker things to be brought in, because your generation gets bored pretty easily. And if you get bored very easily, you will jump to different brand, and no brand can actually survive if a customer starts shifting like that. So branding has evolved and is going to evolve pretty fast in the near future.
So how do you see management education evolving over the next decade?
Believe me, not even in a decade, I will say in the next 2 to 3 years, it's going to be various changes which are going to be in management education. the most important aspect which is going to be over there is learning by doing. This is one thing, because as we are talking, we keep talking with the industry, and industry people are saying that we need students who are job ready. uh, it's good that they are technically good with the concepts whatever being taught, but we need students who can actually apply those concepts in the real world and from day one. Because a simple fact, if I'm hiring someone and I need to invest 6 months training period on that person, that means I'm incurring a cost. 6 months salary, if someone is coming up with 10 to 12 lakhs, that means I'm talking about 5 to 6 lakhs of training cost, which is not exactly there in my P&L sheet, not being shown. So we are always, so corporates are always looking out for now students who are ready from day one, and that needed to be done from the management school side. They need to bring in courses which will make them day one job ready. Learning by doing, more case studies being included in the classroom, and theoretical concept will take a backstage. Not that they don't need to study it, but mostly what is going to happen is these concepts the students will be coming preparing on their own. In the classroom it will be all application based, so that they are ready when the day one comes for their job. That's the biggest evolution which I am thinking.
Okay. So for the last question, what is something you did during your MBA that students today would never believe?
Oh, there are so many things which my students will never believe that Himanshu sir must have done that thing. Uh, they will never believe it. Some I can't share on this camera, but some which I wish to make them. I'm always like, I've been a big fan of teachers. Even today, I'm that point of time in my college days. I was, because I was coming with almost a 6 years of work. Except that point of time, I was pretty senior in the batch. I was the bridge between the teachers and the students. And even today, whenever I go to my college, I find so much of love from the faculty over there. कुछ लोग कहेंगे कि यार ये वो था जो मैसेज पास ऑन करता था, बट आई वॉज never that way. I was always trying to make that bridge gap between students, because students और teachers के बीच में ना एक wall रहती है. That wall needed to be broken. I did that work pretty efficiently. I was not too much into studies, not too much, never. Management accounting paper, before the night everyone was like fearing out कि कल क्या होगा, कैसे होगा, किस तरह होगा. मैंने कहा कुछ ज़्यादा हो रहा है, टेंशन बहुत है हॉस्टल में. मैं गया, सो गया. Although I scored numbers which placed me 5th in the whole batch. I don't know how that happens, but no one will believe कि मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग के पेपर के दिन मैं 8 बजे रात को सो गया था, जबकि पूरी क्लास मैक्सिमम हमारा हॉस्टल वो शायद पूरी रात नहीं सोया था.
So now we would be ending it with a fun segment. You have to say this is like it is a marketing myth or a truth. So first will be consumers make rational decision.
It's a myth.
Gen Z has no brand loyalty.
Truth.
More features always means better products.
It's a myth.
Branding is just a logo.
Myth.
Only big budget create big brands.
Myth.
Have you ever bunked a class?
Truth.
Thank you, sir, so much.
Okay. Bye.
It was great to have Sir with us. This conversation has been incredibly insightful, from his innovative approaches to his passion for experiential learning, to the way he simplifies marketing and inspires students to think creatively. To all our listeners, thank you for tuning in to another episode of College Chronicles. If today's discussion inspired you and you're curious to explore more conversations with the people who shape our campus experience, make sure to follow and stay updated with upcoming episodes. This is your host, Khushi, signing off.